The top 10 most expensive sneakers in the world. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hey there, Aluxers. Welcome back for another fun fact-filled video. We're so glad to have your company today. Thank you. If you're looking to expand your knowledge and learn some interesting tidbits along the way, then you've certainly come to the right place. Our mission here at Alux is to make sure that you know all the facts and figures that pertain to all of the biggest and best things in life, all of the products, places, and people that make up the culture and society of any high-flying millionaire or billionaire out there. Over the past 20 years or so, something that has grown in both popularity and stature to become one of the premium collector fields in the world today is that of sneakers. Yes, that's right. The humble sports shoe that we all love to wear for both fashion and comfort can indeed be worth millions of dollars. And we're here today to show you 10 of the most expensive pairs that have ever existed. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Without further ado, let's jump feet first into the top 10 most expensive sneakers in the world, a combination of prices paid between private parties and official price tags to ensure that we give you the most interesting range possible. Number 10. Nike Air Mags, sold for $37,500. Our list kicks off with quite possibly the most famous pair of sneakers in movie history, the iconic futuristic Nike Air Mags that are worn by Michael J. Fox's character Marty McFly in the 1980s classic Back to the Future Part 2. An exact replica of the crazy shoes shown in the film, complete with an electroluminescent sole, a 30,000-hour rechargeable battery, and the iconic self-tying laces. The Air Mags were released in a batch of only 1,500 pairs. The first pair of the batch were auctioned off on behalf of Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's disease charity, and they were purchased for the handsome sum of $37,500 by British rapper Tiny Tempa. Number 9. Nike Air Force One by Priyan Chintan's Couture and Jewelry, sold for $50,000. The number 9 slot on our list belongs to a pair of sneakers that were made specially for American Big Boy of Outkast fame. If you aren't familiar with Big Boy as an artist, all you need to know is that when it comes to fashion and bling, the big guy never holds back. And this was certainly the case when he became the recipient of a pair of special Nike Air Force Ones, customized by Priyan Chintan's Couture and Jewelry, to boast not only the iconic Nike swish, but also the small matter of 11 carats worth of diamonds and a healthy helping of gold as well. The inclusion of the precious metals and gemstones took the value of the Air Force Ones to a whopping $50,000. Number 8. Nike Air Yeezy 1 Grammy Prototype, sold for $50,000. At number 8 is the first mention of one of the most recent widely successful superstar sneaker collaborations in recent years, Yeezy, otherwise known as Kanye West. This particular pair are the same shoes the rapper wore at the 2008 Grammy Awards, which were coincidentally the same that were also used to announce the now iconic partnership with Nike. Different varieties of Air Yeezys have gained huge popularity in recent years to become some of the most valuable shoes on the planet, and though these Grammy prototypes were originally listed for $75,000, you can now pick them up for $50,000. Number 7. Autographed Nike Air Jordan 1, sold for $60,000. It's safe to say that hundreds of different Nike Air Jordans are worth thousands of dollars, simply due to the name of the iconic basketball legend that they carry. But when you take into consideration of the presence of an actual autograph by the culture-unifying superstar, you can sit back and watch the value shoot into the sky. This particular pair just so happened to be personally scribbled on by the great man himself, taking their value from a couple of $100 to an eye-watering $60,000. Imagine having a name and identity that commands that much of a jump in rarity and worth. We all want to be like Mike. Number 6. Drake's Air Jordan 12s, sold for $77,000. Sometimes it's the story behind a shoe combined with the quality that escalates the value, and this is certainly the case with the number 6 pair on our list. Canadian rapper Drake is one of the most fashion-forward figures in today's hip-hop industry, and when he signed on with the Air Jordan brand, he was presented with a special pair of Air Jordan 12s that, in an act of random kindness, he ended up gifting to a woman at a Toronto Raptors game. Obviously more savvy than sentimental, the woman put her sneakers from Drake on sale and made an amazing $77,000. Now that's what we call getting bang for your buck. Interestingly, at the same game, Drake also gifted a pair of Air Jordan 10s, which only made $15,000 when sold. Now, before we head into the top 5 most expensive sneakers, why not take a second to watch our special video dedicated to all things Nike? After all, if there were no Nike, there certainly wouldn't be this great list to enjoy either. You can watch 15 things you didn't know about Nike by clicking in the top right corner. Number 5. Michael Jordan's Flu Game Air Jordan 12s, sold for $104,765. In a similar story to Drake's with a similar pair of sneakers, cracking open the top 5 is this pair of Air Jordan 12s that were worn by Michael Jordan himself during his infamous Flu Game. This game was the 1997 finals against Utah Jazz, when despite suffering from a severe flu, Jordan managed to score 38 points and secure his beloved Chicago Bulls a historic victory. Clearly ailing during the game, Jordan was fed some applesauce by a young ball boy in an attempt to make him feel better, and as a thank you, the NBA star gifted him his match sneakers. Almost 2 decades after that fateful day, the now adult ball boy sold those special shoes for a staggering $104,765. That's not bad at all for a small bowl of applesauce. Number 4. Michael Jordan's gold medal winning Converse, sold for $190,373. Breaking the previous record for the most ever paid for a pair of game sneakers at auction, that we incidentally just told you about at number 5. A pair were sold for $190,373 in June of 2017. Again, these were worn by Michael Jordan, this time in the game against Spain in the playoffs for the gold medal in the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. Unlike the other Jordan sneakers that appear on this list, this pair are actually Converse and are the last pair of Converse sneakers Jordan wore in an official game, which was also Jordan's final game as an amateur. Following the 96-65 win by the USA, in which Jordan scored 20 points, he turned professional and signed the now famous deal with Nike. The Converse shoes are autographed by Jordan, contain his ortho inserts, and were obtained from the LA Forum by a ball boy. Number 3. Nike Air Mags with power laces, sold for $200,000. We have already seen a pair of Nike Air Mags as seen in Back to the Future earlier on this list, but that price of $37,500 was easily beaten by the price paid in 3 special auctions in 2016. The production run was for 89 pairs only and were to raise money for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Most pairs were raffled off with a ticket price of $10, but the 3 pairs that went to auction raised amazing sums. The first pair reached $104,267 in Hong Kong. The second pair went under the hammer in London for $56,000, but the final pair beat them all, reaching $200,000 in New York's auction. Rumor has it that someone in Japan paid $2.2 million for a pair, but we can't find any evidence to corroborate the story that was posted on newstalkcleveland.com. Number 2. The Fire Monkey sneakers, sold at $4 million. Named the Fire Monkey in celebration of the Chinese New Year, these sneakers were a 2016 collaboration between designer Dan Gamache of Mosh Custom Kicks and New York lifestyle label Bichon. They were designed specifically to raise funds at auction for Souls for Souls, an organization that aims to combat poverty through the collection and distribution of shoes and clothing. The sneakers are a custom riff on a Li Ning Way of Wade 4 silhouette and has a solid gold souvenir tag embossed with the logos of the 2 companies hanging from the laces, which have aglets dipped in diamonds. The upper of the sneaker bears a blue, white, and gold daisy pattern, studded with chips of diamonds and sapphires, set in 18-karat white gold. Number 1. Air Yeezy 2 Red October, sold for $17 million. This is it. By long and away, the most expensive sneakers in the world are the Air Yeezy 2 Red October. The story goes that when Kanye West was promoting his latest record, he wanted the perfect pair of sneakers. Thus, the Air Yeezy 2 Red Octobers were developed with Nike, and as you might expect, when the shoes were released, they sold out almost immediately. However, one historic pair did find their way onto eBay in the sellout aftermath, and in record-breaking fashion, the bidding war escalated to a final price of $17 million. Due to the nature of eBay, there's no way to confirm whether whoever bid the gargantuan amount for the sneakers actually came through with the cash, but nevertheless, officially, that pair of Air Yeezy 2 Red Octobers go down in history as the most expensive sneakers ever. So, there you have it, 10 of the most expensive sneakers in the world. Are you yourself a fan and collector of sneakers? If so, what is the most valuable pair you've ever owned? Let us know in the comments. And how about one final fact as a thank you for sticking with us right to the end of the video? Michael Jordan's very first deal with Nike was for 5 years with $500,000 per year, plus stock options that took the initial total to $7 million, with the promise of a signature shoe. In the first 2 months of the market, $70 million worth of that signature shoe, the Air Jordan, were sold. Thank you for spending some time with us, A-Luxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.